Let us look at question number 71 of the paper. This is a paragraph completion question which says that Joan of Arc was perhaps the most wonderful person who ever lived in the world. The story of her life is so strange that we could scarcely believe it to be true if all that happened to her had not been told by people in a court of law and written down by her deadly enemies while she was still alive. She was burned to death when she was only 19. She was not 17 when she first led the armies of France to victory and delivered her country from the English. Joan was the daughter of a poor man in a little country village. She had never learned to write or read. So the last line here tells us that she was illiterate. And if you see, all the options here begin with the word yet. So probably we have to look for something contradictory, that although she was an illiterate person, she could do so and so. Probably the option would be something like that although she was illiterate, yet she was wise beyond her years, or her wisdom went beyond any kind of academic learning. So we'll be looking for that kind of an option, and I can very clearly see that option B states the same, that although she was literate, yet she was so wise that many learned men could not puzzle her by questions. So this very clearly can be the answer. This very clearly is the answer, because if you read this option, it says that no questions asked by the wise men of her times puzzled her in any way, even though she was an illiterate person. So this goes very well with this and completes the paragraph in the most appropriate way. Let's look why the other options are not correct. Yet she was so kind that her enemies could not find one true story to tell against her. Well, this simply tells us about her benevolence and her goodness, the goodness of her character. So this really doesn't go with the last statement that says that she was illiterate. So there is no connection between these two. Yet she was so brave that severe wounds could not stop her from leading on her soldiers, and so tender-hearted that she would comfort the wounded English on the field of battle and protect them from cruelty. Well, this also speaks only of her humanity and her tender heart, her kind heart. So this again has no connection with her being illiterate. So therefore, this is not a contradictory statement in that for that matter. Therefore, this is also incorrect. Yet she was one of the most skilled in aiming cannons, and so great a general that she defeated the English again and again, and her army was never beaten till her king deserted her. Well, this only talks about her skill, her prowess in the battlefield, and her skill as a general, as a leader. So this also has no real connection with her being illiterate. So therefore, this is also incorrect. So the answer will be option B.